Argentinians have protested at power cuts and water shortages during the worst heat wave seen in decades. 3 deaths have been blamed on temperatures soaring to 44 degrees Celsius. Protesters in the capital, Buenos Aires, blame power and water utilities for causing their distress.
It's the worst heat wave to hit the Argentine capital in 40 years. Thousands of people in Buenos Aires were still without power after the weekend. And while no one blames the Argentine government for the uncomfortable weather, they do blame the authorities for their inability to cope. In a desperate attempt to conserve energy and reduce demand for electricity, public sector workers have been told not to go to work. That has led to protests on the streets of Buenos Aires. Angry residents banging pots and pans, burning rubbish, and calling on the authorities to do something about the city's antiquated electricity grid.
This really needs to be resolved one way or another. This is the first time that I have ever gone through something like this, and the truth is that it shames me.
The people can no longer tolerate this. We're going for it. Yesterday I passed by a power station and it had been burned down because the people just can't take it anymore. We don't like protesting, but we really don't have a choice.
The biggest short-term problem for city officials has been coordinating efforts for the sick and the elderly, people who are feeling the effects of the heat the most.
We've now had 13 days of extreme temperature, and that complicates and increases the likely death rate of any type of illness.
The crisis has also exposed weaknesses and chronic underinvestment in Argentina's energy sector. While some accuse elected officials of turning a blind eye to corruption and of failing to modernise, in turn Argentina's populist government says it's the fault of the privately run electricity companies for failing to invest. All the while, ordinary Argentines suffer, in the capital and in the provinces, in soaring temperatures may continue for several days.